Welcome to Evidently Well. We create clear explainers about health, AI, and financial well-being. And just so you know, we make these explainers using AI tools, but always with verified research and human oversight, so you can trust you're getting reliable information. Today, we're talking about a new kind of scam that uses AI to mimic the voices of our loved ones. And, more importantly, the simple things you can do to keep your family safe. So let's start with a story. Just imagine this for a second. Your phone rings. It's late at night, and you're a little groggy. When you pick it up, you hear a voice that you know instantly, and it's panic.
It's someone you love, and they're in trouble. Maybe they're saying there's been a car accident, or that they've been arrested. They're crying, they sound terrified, and they're begging you to send money right away. Of course, your first instinct is to help. But what if that voice isn't real?
And this isn't just a hypothetical. This is a real quote from someone who got one of these calls. The emotional whiplash is huge, and it's all designed to make you act on instinct before you have a chance to think. That gut-wrenching feeling of hearing a loved one in distress, that's exactly what the scammers are counting on. You see, these aren't just simple tricks anymore. We're talking about highly sophisticated scams, and they're being powered by artificial intelligence that can create a scarily convincing copy of almost anyone's voice.
So what's actually happening here? How is this even possible? Let's break down the technology. It might sound complex, but the basic idea is actually pretty straightforward. At the core of all this is something called AI voice cloning. It's a technology that can take a very short recording of someone speaking, analyze it, and then, well, it can reproduce it. It allows a scammer to type out any sentence, and the AI will say it in that person's voice.
So how much audio does a scammer need to create a convincing fake? A whole conversation? A long speech? Nope. Get this. Some models need as little as 3 seconds. Just a few words are enough to create a digital copy of someone's voice. It's wild.
You're probably wondering, well, where would they even get that audio? In our digital world, it's actually easier than you might think. A short clip from a social media video, a comment left on a podcast, even a public voicemail greeting can provide more than enough data for a scammer to work with.
This technology is no longer just a futuristic concept. It's being used in the real world, right now. And the reason it's spreading so fast is simple. It's incredibly effective, and it's shockingly easy for criminals to get their hands on.
It turns out our ears aren't as good at spotting fakes as we might hope. One recent study found that people could only correctly identify an AI-generated voice about 60% of the time. But here's the really telling part. When they heard a convincing clone, a whopping 80% of them believed it was a real person. It just shows how easily we can all be deceived.
And the financial damage here is just staggering. According to the Federal Trade Commission, imposter scams, where someone pretends to be a loved one or an official, cost consumers nearly $2.7 billion in 2023 alone. AI is making these scams more believable and, frankly, more common.
And this table really shows why it's becoming such a big problem. An investigation by Consumer Reports found that many of these powerful tools are available to anyone, sometimes for free or for as little as $5. And most of them have almost no real technical barriers, just a simple checkbox you click to confirm you have permission to use the voice. The barrier to entry for criminals is incredibly low.
Okay, I know all of this can feel really unsettling, but here's the reassuring part. Protecting yourself and your family is not complicated. There are clear, simple, and very effective steps you can take right now. Let's walk through how to build your defense.
So here are 3 practical steps. First, set up a family code word, a secret word or a simple question that only your family would know the answer to. If someone calls in a panic, you just ask for the code word. It's that easy. Second, if a call feels even slightly off, just hang up. Seriously. Then call your loved one back on the number you already have saved for them. This is the absolute best way to confirm who you're speaking to. And third, just be a little more mindful of your digital footprint. Think about where videos or recordings of your voice might already exist online.
It's also important to remember that the technology itself isn't good or bad. It's just a tool. And the same voice cloning technology actually has some incredibly positive and beneficial uses. For example, it's being used to give a voice back to people who've lost the ability to speak because of an illness, preserving their unique way of communicating. It's also used in creative fields, for video games and film, to make audiobooks more accessible, and to help people with disabilities interact with the world in new ways. So in the end, technology is a tool.
AI voice cloning holds incredible potential for both help and harm. Our collective challenge isn't to fear it, but to build safeguards and awareness to make sure it benefits humanity. Knowing how to protect yourself is the first and most important step.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please consider liking this explainer and subscribing to the Evidently Well channel for more clear insights on the topics that matter to your health and well-being.